These are 15 states that chose to opt out of the summer EBT slash Sunbucks program last year under the Biden administration. Nobody's talking about. Also, they gave an explanation as into why they wanted to opt out or not apply for this program for the summer months. And let's see if some of these states are some of the same states between 2024 and 2025, and if this is going to continue on for the becoming years, because again, all these things are being tested out by these different presidents or legislations or people that is in charge of our taxpayer dollars to see how you guys are going to spend your money, how you guys are going to get money through the summer. Remember, we don't have any privacy. They see everything that we do. So all the transactions that you're making, if you're going to get any type of free food from any programs, they know everything. That's why you have to show an ID when you go and get free food. They're keeping a tab on everything. Okay, well, let's see if we can put this out, because eventually they're trying to phase these welfare programs out like SNAP, Section 8. They're trying to phase them out. So if you will take something free, why would we have to give you money to buy anything? So just stay tuned. Let's see what these states had to say about opting out. So in 2024, 21 million children could benefit from food for the summertime, the summer EBT. And of course, you had the eligibility requirements. The requirements are if your children getting any type of free lunch at school, including a lunch and breakfast. Now, if you are eligible to get these free EBT slash food stamps slash monies, you would get them loaded to your SNAP card or your preloaded EBT card that's for the summertime only, or they'll just put it on there. You'll have to check and see. You will also receive $40 for each child that's eligible for a reduced lunch or breakfast program. This includes the summer meal sites, the SNAP program, and the WIC program. And some of these states, when I read this article, I was like, some of these people are saying they don't believe in welfare. So if you are a part of the Republican Party and you have a Republican governor, senator, these people are saying that they don't believe in welfare. Now, if you guys can remember, present day, the majority of the country is in a Republican state. We got a Republican president, a Republican House, and a Republican Senate. So I'm trying to show you guys the pattern of how this stuff is going. But this was last year. Don't forget, this is a throwback from last year, the 15 states that opted out of the program. Now, some of these states had already had a P19 plan that they already were still implementing to give people food or extra funds on their food stamp program. Roughly 17 million people in 2022 said they didn't have enough food, and 13.5 million people in 13.8 million in 2020 all said that they didn't have enough food to feed their family. 35 states, 5 territories, and 4 tribal nations opted to the summer EBT program in 2020. However, all of the Republican governed chose not to implement the summer Sunbucks program, citing that they already have existing programs to feed children and the cost of the program. They all have a chance, all states have a chance to apply for these programs and to give extra monies. They have a chance not to opt into the program also. But in October, they gave explanations on why they didn't want to participate. With number one at being Alabama saying that it was just bad timing and state funding where they couldn't afford to give extra monies to families that they were already had other programs set aside to give free food for the summertime family. They're also saying that the federal government cut their funding in Alabama as to why they didn't apply for the program. They are considering to see if they're going to apply this year, which is 2025. Estimated monies they're going to ask for is $10 million in American taxpayer money. Alaska was number 2 on the list that says they already have the DEED program, which is the Department of Education and Urban Development, that already covers food for children during any time. And they will not, they implemented the DEED program during the C-19, and they will not be applying for the summer program because this will exceed their limitations on their funding. And that's Alaska. Alaska governor and senators are also saying that the D program it has so many other options for food, nutritional food, and things that involve parenting and children. So that was their excuse in this particular year not to apply, but they said they will leave it open to apply in the future. Florida is number 3 on the list and saying that they don't need any additional funding to feed their children. Their program would have feed approximately 2.2 million children and deliver an estimated 250 million in America taxpayer dollars. Florida also did not participate in the summer C-19 in 2021, which they didn't take any funding for that one also. And remember, the majority of these states, if not all of them, are governed by Republican senators or governors. Georgia was number 4 on the list, saying that they already have summer programs, that they don't need any more extra funding. They have a seamless summer program and happy helping programs. Also, they said that all over Florida that people have other organizations, nonprofit, that feed a lot of people, homeless included, children, and they decided not to get into the program also. Idaho is number 5 on the list, and they're saying even though they don't need the funding, they do support the program. So they're going to ask for a $1 million just to distribute it to anybody that will need it in Idaho. Their funding would not have begun until July, so they wouldn't even have monies in June. They would have started giving monies to families that needed it in July. Idaho. Iowa, which is number 6, said EBT does nothing to promote nutritional food for children. And childhood obesity was at an all-time high. So no, they said that the Biden administration and Congress wants to make a real commitment to a family's well-being, to invest in programs that already exist to make them better, to give more better and nutritional food items. Don't you agree? Program would have cost Iowa 2.2 million in American taxpayer dollars, but they said no, we don't need it. We need to work with the monies that we already have to make the food better for children and everyone else that's in the program. We're including elderly people, veterans that get assistance, homeless people that get assistance. So no, they're not supporting anything of the sort. They want to work on the things that they already have in Iowa. Louisiana coming in at number 6 missed the deadline on January 1st to apply for the summer program because they were changing administrations. And now they said that, well, we have changed administrations, but why would we add more money to an overly budget program that we have already? We'll reconsider doing something about it this upcoming year, which is 2025, but we have to see where they on the list. Compete and compare at the end what states are on the list from 2024 to 2025. And again, you guys, I'm on number 7. I got about 8 more to go. And again, all this is a test. If they can afford to give you free food, they're going to eliminate food stamps, because if they can just go and get food like they did in the past. And I made a video on this showing you guys what used to be the food stamp program. We didn't have EBT or food stamp books. That was later. So you guys make sure you check that video out. Also, I'll have it linked down in the description or at the top for you guys to check out, because all of this stuff is new and they're seeing that it's costing more and more money for taxpayers. Coming in at number 8 is Mississippi, and they said that they declined to keep continuing this on with this program because this program for the SNAP summer was originally just for the C-19 era. So they didn't want to continue on putting more money in, taking more money from taxpayers to do stuff that they can do with the monies that they have. So they declined. Coming in at number 9 is Nebraska, that said, no, this is going to cost us $300,000 annually to keep on a program. Governor said, no, I don't believe in welfare. So I can rest assured, I'm pretty sure that Nebraska is not going to be on the list for 2025 if they don't believe in welfare. They said that kids should be out this summer exercising, doing activities, and then eating, indulging in lunches and breakfasts somewhere else and not at home. They don't want to continue a welfare program for food that's going to be at home for children and making obesity a big thing. Wow. Oklahoma is number 10, and they did not opt in a program, and they did not get estimated $60 million in American taxpayer money that could have fed 400,000 children in the state. Oklahoma stated that they already have enough people on the SNAP program and that they are trying to find ways to cut that program. They said that they have given over $20 million in American taxpayer dollars, all different type of food banks all across Oklahoma. So they are satisfied that the kids won't go hungry during the summertime, and they opted out of the program. Then at number 11 is South Carolina, and they also said that they don't want to overwhelm their state with monies that should have ended during C-19 era, and they don't want to give people additional monies. They also said that they have other programs available for people that need food in South Carolina. South Dakota, coming in at number 12, said that they didn't want to overwhelm their state with monies that should have ended. And what are the strings attached on them keep getting monies that were from the C-19 era? And they want to know why the Biden administration won't just cut these extra funds out. There are so many other programs all across different churches and different places that people can get food from. They want to know, why does anybody still get this? Texas, coming in at number 13, said that they got the stuff so late in the game last year that they decided not to even be bothered with it and have other ways to feed people because the state legislation got all the funding and everything and applications so late. So they said no. Vermont officials said that PCFS decided to go the program because of administration costs. Vermont, coming in at number 14, said that they couldn't afford to have the program this year, but they also are seeking to have the program this following year, which is 2025, because of their IT system couldn't handle all of the needed streamlining for the program. But they will consider being in the program this year. Wyoming, coming in at number 15, said that this program is just nothing but something that's giving extra money away for people that shouldn't even be a program anymore. It should have stopped when C-19 was not a thing, and they don't want to participate in it, giving more money away and having to pay administration costs. They also stated that they would not let the Biden administration weaponize the summer school lunch program to justify a new welfare program. Thanks, but no thanks. They will continue to combat children hunger the Wyoming way. So we got these 15 states we just went over. We got Alabama, Alaska, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Louisiana, Mississippi, Nebraska, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Texas, Vermont, and Wyoming. Let's see how many of these places did not opt in for 2025. So 2025 summer EBT non-participants and that did not apply for the program were Alaska, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Mississippi, Oklahoma, aside from tribal nations, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, and Wyoming. So again, there are some comparisons to some of the states that did decide to not benefit from this. Some of them are saying that the cost administratively, some are saying that they have other programs to feed children. They don't need other handouts. They don't want to deal with the extra paperwork. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think of the people, the quote unquote Republican states that decided to opt out of monies that allegedly were for the C-19 era, and they're still dragging it along? Now, eventually, my thoughts are they're going to get rid of this. You're not going to see this in the years to come. This is just my opinion, because even though you have a couple more states that opted in to do it, you're still going to have states next year that's not going to do it. Also, the House of the Senate and the Representatives, they might not even want people to even have money to do anything with these programs, because again, these monies was supposed to already disappear because they reformed the C-19 era. So we have to wait and see if they're going to even have this program next year. It's called the Summer EBT slash Sunbucks program. Now, initially, the Sunbucks program was for something else. It wasn't something that this started with the Biden administration. Now, the Sunbucks program started, and it lingered on from the C-19 era to Consolidated Appropriation Act, which was initiated in 2023 and passed in December 2022. So again, that was during the Biden administration. Now we have all Republicans, and they're doing a cut slash cut slash cut. They're probably going to opt out of this program, and it won't even exist the next summer, only because, again, this is just my opinion, because everybody is seeming like it's a hassle to even have it, and they have other programs that they can use to feed children for the summertime. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about the Sunbus program. Is it a waste of time? Or have you ever got anything from it? Leave me a comment below and let's get the conversation started, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.